Good morning. Today is February 1st, and I am psychic medium Danielle Garcia with your energy forecast for this week. How are you doing? Did you survive the 450 Schumann Resonance spike over the weekend? Whew, holy cow. Migraine for me. Crazy intense energies. I keep getting different information in regards to why we're having this spiking, and those energies continue to change. Excuse me. So it's kind of a wait and see kind of a thing. I truly do believe that Mother Earth is going through a lot of changes. I do believe that these intense spikes have to do with more than just meets the eye. I do believe that it has to do with light and dark. So, and that's not just about light and dark going on upon this planet, it's light and dark going on within the universe. So we'll kind of wait and see what happens. Last time I checked, there wasn't an accurate read for this morning, but yesterday's levels were only at 11. So, go figure, 450, then we go to 12, then we go to 11. I'll take the 12 and 11 way more than I will take the 450. So you got to take those gifts when you can get them, right? So this week, Mercury Retrograde, right? Lots of stuff going on. Typically, Mercury Retrograde, which started on the 30th, represents with issues with electronics, communication, legal matters. It's so important right now to read those fine lines to make sure that you're getting clear understanding. So make sure that you're reading over all types of contracts, that you're dotting your I's, crossing your T's, etc., etc., etc. Don't just click on those agreements, even online, because things are getting, pushed in, shadowed, cloaked, if you will, for us to agree to different things that we normally wouldn't agree to because we're just so used to trusting and used to, one agreement, one contract is the same as others. And it's not going to be during this timeline. So make sure that you're very consciously aware of those things. Mercury in Aquarius means new uploads, light codes. What do I mean by light codes? Light codes can be downloads from your guides, downloads from your higher self, downloads from the higher consciousness to awaken you to the new energies that are presented, to raise your vibration, to help you remember about your special gifts, your abilities, etc., etc., etc. This time is about, new understandings. It's about reevaluation, reflection, recalibration, readjustment, realignment. All of those things are going on right now while Mercury retrograde is in Aquarius. Remember, things may not always go right the first time. So patience is the key during this time of Mercury retrograde. The conjunction of Jupiter and Saturn back on December 22nd, I believe, created a new energy template for human consciousness in the way that we interact, in the way that we deal with one another, as well as the way that we deal with our consciousness, with the way that we socialize, the way that we interact with one another. And this set in motion the age of Aquarius shift, which will be with us for the next 20 years. When I say age of Aquarius shift, think of that hippie, peace, love, joy kind of vibe. Well, Mercury in retrograde right now is triggering that. It's triggering that template, and it can bring forward false beliefs and worry that are not in alignment with this new template of interaction, peace, love, joy type of vibe that is starting to settle in and realign with everyone's consciousness. So don't be surprised that if you're still focusing on low vibe ideals like fear, lack, scarcity, worry, that the universe, especially this week, will present with you different red flags, different opportunities for you to come into your strength, for you to come into this peace, love, light, joy type of vibe. So if you keep getting the same lesson over and over and over again, perhaps it's time to let go, surrender, and learn it. You know, it's not always easy when the universe gives us those red flags. It's like, I probably should. No, it's just my imagination. Oh, I'm just overreacting. Oh, it's not my intuition. Oh, I'm making this up. But yet, then again, we get the same lesson. It may not be with the same person. It may not be with the same exact experience, the same job, the same family member, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Excuse me. But we keep getting these lessons in boundaries, or strength, or compassion, understanding, whatever those might be. So make sure that you are aware. Check your vibe out, calibrate your energy. Again, you know, my guides are always telling me you only have 100% of your energy. Check in right now. How much of your energy is going towards you? How much of your energy is going towards this stress that you're stressing about? How much energy is going to work, to family, to the universe, and so on and so forth? And it's not an easy thing to sit and calibrate your energy throughout the day, but when you get used to it and when you start developing that as a pattern, it can be this incredible tool, because it's so easy as empaths and sensitives just to spin out. You know, we get our minds and our hearts wrapped around an idea, and this person said that, and then this happened, and then this happened. Well, what if I would have done this? What if I could have, would have, should have? All of these different things. And every time we continue to spin out with those energies, instead of moving forward and being in the present moment, we're energetically connecting and cording to whatever that instance was in the past. So it's not just that the thing happened in the past, is that we continue to relive it, and we continue to re-energize it. We continue to give our power to it. So again, this is just the universe's friendly reminder this week. A red flag is a red flag. Believe it. If you continue getting opportunity to learn the same lesson over and over again, take a step back, reevaluate. How is this serving me? Is this serving me? What can I learn from this? What can I release from this? What can I bring into my life through this experience? All sorts of different ways of looking at it. Today, dun, 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 Venus moves into Aquarius as we are in Mercury Retrograde. It's going to be a fun Valentine's Day. Venus, the planet of love, of relationships, moves into Aquarius, which is free-spirited, open-mindedness, freedom. So romance is going to be very interesting, to say the least. Venus is in Aquarius till the 25th, so lots and lots of love coming in. The interesting thing, there's going to be perhaps a struggle with balance for some of us, because with Venus being in Aquarius, it's not only awakening love, awakening relationships, awakening connection. Because we're in this Aquarius energy, it's also asking us to take a step back, to allow ourselves self-care, to allow ourselves alone time, to allow ourselves boundaries. So we're not just all about the relationship, and that's the core issue that we focus on. So balance is going to be a huge theme in regards to love this month. Venus is going to encourage you to reach out to your significant other, to schedule couple time, but it's also going to make sure and keep reminding you of how much energy are you giving out, how much energy are you investing in the relationship, how much energy are you investing in yourself. So again, calibration is an important thing. Communicate, communicate clearly to your relationships, not just love interests, but all relationships during this time. Because Mercury is in retrograde, communication can be a bit wonky, but with Venus going into Aquarius during Mercury retrograde, we really want to make sure that our communication is clear, especially within relationships. Now, on the 5th, Venus will align with Saturn, which is the planet of restriction. Investments should definitely be watched this day. On the 5th, you have great opportunity to make money or lose money big time, is what my guides are saying. So be very careful, be cautious, follow your gut, follow your intuition. And don't be surprised if an old fling suddenly reaches out from the past on this day. This is a day of love and abundance. But because Saturn comes in and is that planet of restriction, I just love it when they're like all talking to me at the same time and I can barely speak English. Because Saturn is that planet of restriction, you may find that love is rekindled, that love is rejuvenated, that abundance is rekindled, that abundance is rejuvenated, or you may find the polar opposite where it's just time to walk away. It's time to walk away from that investment. It's time to walk away from that relationship, love interest, or other that just no longer serves a purpose in your life. So be aware on the 5th of those things. Now, on the 6th, Venus in Aquarius will clash with Uranus in Taurus. So expect shakeups and big, big, big surprises. Running themes for this week. How are you treating yourself? You know, it's so easy for us to overlook ourselves, I think. Not trying to glom everybody into one group by any means, but empaths and sensitives, stereotypically, it's easier for us to try to make sure that everybody else is happy, and sacrifice seems to be, one of the things that comes along with the ride for that. But it doesn't have to be. When you think about how you're treating yourself, one of my teachers would always reflect back to me. So, would you treat your best friend like this? And when I think about that and how hard we are on ourselves and how critical we are on ourselves, I definitely wouldn't treat my best friend like that. I wouldn't criticize my best friend for making a mistake. I wouldn't criticize my best friend for not finishing everything on the to-do list. I wouldn't criticize my best friend for being overly emotional. I just wouldn't do it. So think about how you're treating yourself. And when you think about that, ask yourself in any situation, would I treat my best friend like this? And I think it'll give you a different perspective. Also, another theme of this week is, where do you find joy? Again, going back to empaths and sensitives, when I ask this question of clients, it always amazes me because it's like, oh, my family brings me joy, my grandkids bring me joy, my clients bring me joy, and that's great, and that's super awesome and wonderful. But what else brings you joy above and beyond family, career, and friends? What do you do for yourself that brings you joy? Maybe that's dancing, maybe it's hiking, maybe it's writing, maybe it's singing, maybe it's organizing, whatever your thing is. Maybe it's, wine, whatever it is. Find out and continue to ask this question to yourself throughout this week. What brings me joy? Something else that is big and powerful this week is that people are going to show you their authentic selves. Believe them. We are notorious for giving people 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 18th chances. And why do we do that exactly? If the truth is revealed to you, believe it. Absolutely believe it. So I'm going to draw a few cards this week, and it's a different deck. So if you want the G-rated energy forecast for the week, now's your time to turn this video off. If you're cool with F-bombs and adult words, then continue on. I am pulling today from the Rebel deck. I absolutely love this deck. It's super funny and awesome, and I think that we just need more laughter in this world. Laughter is one of the easiest, quickest, funniest ways to raise your vibe. Sometimes even when I've been doing like really, really icky, dark house clearings, sometimes, believe it or not, I will just kick back and laugh my ass off, because laughter releases endorphins. Laughter raises the vibration. Laughter is relaxing. So it works. This is called the Oracle with the Attitude. So in regards to, I'm asking about themes for this week and things that we should focus on. So I'm going to draw a few cards in regards to that. Shame, regret, and guilt. These are just bullshit. I love that card. Forgive. Let that shit go. Who can you forgive this week? You know, I think forgiveness of self is probably the hardest thing to do. A lot of spiritual teachers will tell you it's so important. Oh, 2 more cards flew out. Who knew? It's so important to forgive, and I truly do believe that. It's so important to forgive. But if you push that forgiveness before you're ready, I truly think that it does more damage than good. So think about letting that shit go. What can you forgive yourself for this week? Oh my God, this cracks me up. You equals tight ass. Loosen the fuck up, control freaks. Don't get laid. I wonder if this has anything to do with Venus coming into Aquarius this week. Interesting. And the last one. Stop texting. Stop stalking. Stop checking on that person. Just fucking stop. Spend your time on someone worth it. Don't waste it on ridiculousness. Again, this could have everything to do with Venus. So, think about all these things. Whatever resonates with you, super awesome. Whatever doesn't resonate with you, super awesome too. Let it go. And I hope you have a wonderful, blessed week.